Excuse me.
Andre, why'd you do it?
Excuse me. No
Your
question.
father? Are you prepared
What you doing, Andre?
for the death penalty?
I just tell him that Daddy was really angry, and we don't know why it happened, and
I love her this much.
The city of Levittown, Pennsylvania would be rocked the morning of March 16th, 2024, when 26-year-old Andre Gordon Jr. would go on a cold-blooded killing spree, not only killing his stepmother and his 13-year-old sister, but also the mother of his 2 daughters. What could possibly drive a man to do something so heinous and so evil to the point that he's willing to leave his family devastated? Welcome to BaasetCrimez. Remember to hit that like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Taylor Daniel was born on June 21st of 1998 in Levittown, Pennsylvania, which is where she would grow up and spend her entire life. Taylor was described by family and friends as a very caring person who enjoyed bowling, spending time with her friends, and just being an overall girl's girl. Sometime during her senior year, Taylor would meet and begin dating Andre Gordon Jr., and the two would quickly become high school sweethearts. Both would graduate in 2016 from Pennsbury High School, and it was said that the two would go to have an on-again, off-again relationship. The relationship resulted in 2 beautiful daughters, one born in 2018 and their second born in 2021. According to Taylor's mom, Nancy, their relationship was very rocky. After their second daughter was born, things changed, and he stopped paying the rent at the house. He stopped coming around, so eventually, Taylor and the girls had to move back in with her mom. According to Taylor's mom, Taylor was his biggest supporter when no one else was in his corner for a very long time. She wanted to keep her family intact and not be a single mom, as well as have the kids have a good relationship with their father. Taylor and Andre would split up for good in March of 2023, and by June, he had stopped coming around completely. But by then, Taylor was seeing somebody else by the name of Corey. And although he was preparing to leave to the U.S. Army boot camp, Corey was very active in Taylor and the girls' lives. The two were head over heels in love and wanted to be with one another. Corey left to boot camp in New York, but came back after finishing basic training for a 17-day leave where him and Taylor secretly got married. She only told a few of her close friends that she was planning to move with him on the military base in March of 2024 so they can be a family. But unfortunately for Taylor, that would never come true. According to Taylor's mom, Nancy, one late night in February, Andre showed up at their home, banging on the door, yelling, "You have what I want. You have what I want." But she claims Taylor had no idea what he was talking about. She told him she was calling the police, and he ran off, but later returned, to which again, she told him she was calling the police, and he left again. A week later, in early March, Andre showed up again, banging on the door looking for Taylor. He walked around the back and started knocking on a window. He tried to coax his young daughter to open the door, but she didn't recognize him. She said, "Mommy, there's a boy at the window." Taylor called 911, but Andre was gone by the time they arrived. The family just thought he was being a nuisance, but nothing would ever prepare them for what was to be his next and last visit that would leave this family, as well as his own, as well as the city of Levittown, in shambles. On the morning of March 16th, 2024, just 5 days before their 18th wedding anniversary, Andre Gordon Jr. arrived at the home that belonged to his father and his stepmother. His brother and 2 younger sisters were home as well. Andre was armed with an AR-15 when he knocked on the door. His father answered the door, and an argument ensued. The father then shut the door on him and proceeded to walk back to his room to get dressed. However, according to doorbell footage, Andre pulled out the rifle, which officials now have deemed to be a ghost gun, which is illegal. He aimed it at the door and shot through, killing his 52-year-old stepmother and his 13-year-old sister. After leaving his parents' residence, he proceeded to go to the house of Taylor Daniel, the mother of his children, where he got into a confrontation with Taylor and her mother, Nancy. He ultimately hit Nancy in the head with the butt of the gun before shooting and killing Taylor while she was protecting her 2 young children. Andre fled the residence and would ultimately go on to carjack 2 more people on 2 separate occasions before holding a family hostage on a 90-minute standoff with police before surrendering.
Hours-long violent crime spree involving 2 states and sparking a shelter-in-place ends with a suspect in custody tonight. 26-year-old Andre Gordon surrendered. This after he allegedly murdered 3 people across the river. His day-long crime spree began in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, where his victims were killed in 2 separate locations. Investigators say he then carjacked someone before making his way over into New Jersey.
They're also trying to figure out why that 26-year-old suspect came here with an AR-15 style rifle to kill his stepmother, his sister, and the mother of his 2 young daughters. 26-year-old Andre Gordon Jr.'s alleged crime spree started with the carjacking of Sonia Hansen in Trenton this morning.
Guy started banging on my car with the back of the gun, and then I jumped over the seat and ran. I'm so glad I'm just alive because he could have killed me.
Falls Township police say Gordon drove that stolen vehicle from Trenton to Viewpoint Lane in Levittown just before 9 a.m. That's where he broke into a home and shot and killed his stepmother, 52-year-old Karen Gordon, and his sister, 13-year-old Kera Gordon, who is an 8th grade student at Bayne Middle School.
There were 3 other individuals at the residence, including a minor, inside the home who were able to hide.
This neighbor's video shows Gordon escape to a silver car and speed to another home on Edgewood Lane in Levittown. Police say Gordon shot and killed 25-year-old Taylor Daniel, who is the mother of his 2 children. Her friend shared these photos of Daniel, describing her as a supermom who was a beautiful, carefree, happy soul.
There were 4 other individuals present inside that home, one of which was injured after being bludgeoned by Gordon with the assault rifle.
Police say Daniel's mother was hit and rushed to the hospital for treatment. Then around 9:15 a.m., Gordon carjacked a 44-year-old man in the Dollar General on Bristol Pike in Morrisville and fled without hurting him.
The brutal rampage in Bucks County, authorities say the suspect made his way into New Jersey. Just about 10 miles over the state line, Gordon barricaded himself inside a home in Trenton. Chopper 6 captured the scene along Phillips Street at about 3:30 this afternoon. You can see members of a SWAT team on the roof peering through windows. It was 90 minutes later when Gordon finally surrendered.
Excuse me.
Andre, why'd you do it?
Excuse me. No,
With your father? Are you prepared
what'd you doing, Andre?
for the death penalty?
My condolences go to Nancy Daniel. Watching your daughter go through that in real time, as well as being a victim, is something that she's going to have to live with forever. Prayers also go to the couple's children. Not only did they lose their mother, but unfortunately, they lost their father, which honestly doesn't even sound like something that's bad, seeing how heinous and evil he truly is. Condolences to Andre's father and siblings as well for the loss of their matriarch and baby sister. Hopefully both families are able to get peace and justice from this situation, although the trial is still ongoing. None of these victims deserved what happened to them, especially at the hands of someone who was just a monster. May the victims continue to rest in peace. Crime family, be safe and be blessed.